Hello, Emeniji Sumakam African Professor One platform so money African Professor One Kasantino, but my dress subscribe share na like it, na hit notification bell. Anytime be may upload a new video, no, you be among the first to get into one more time. Africa Professor One, I say a full a freestyle. Say me I talk about a lot of things. Even though me topic, one topic I make kasa from, but by the time me my kasa from say me brain if and it's authentic, me fabin she me even into the same way and be any bias and the crano the question you can't answer a comment on one more time way African Professor and kasa. Subscribe, share with friends and family, and I would love that. Until come up is me kasa fa one of the Ghana bureaucratic and as a civil institution be a friend of Ghana Statistical Service. Now, who says a bogus because I don't even know if they really understand the magnitude of what is it that they're doing at that place. If you have a degree, be a boy, be no matter no more putty in all kind of data, and that's a data, and I just say now once you put in garbage data, garbage now, obviously you get a garbage out, garbage in, garbage out, and that's exactly what they're doing. Almost statistical, services normally, so bogus, bias, and they misuse numbers. Almost results mostly, it's misleading. The results are misleading. It's in the name. Come on, person to me say, it's not true. Say Ashanti Region is the poorest region in Ghana, based on Ghana Statistical Service, almost survey and national analysis. I'm wondering what kind of statistical tool, and I said, use linear regression analysis, and I said multiple regression analysis. What kind of statistical tools and we use now? According to video now me here and I say I'm so we use some index be multidimensional poverty index approach. That's what they use, but it's also shaky and it's ambiguous because even the word multidimensional, the word itself dimensional, multidimensional, it means so many things. So but it can be complicated, something complex. So it's intricate. The point is that the first one we use multidimensional poverty index no kura no chire o say omo results no ni ade no it's not it can be misleading and interpretation can also be because statistics the people who are more familiar conversant with statistics know say statistics can be misleading based on the method the approach and now say interpretation it can be it can give you misleading results. It can be biased. So many things can be, and so the conclusion can be inaccurate. See, but I did about could BT Ghana for say. The person me try and I'm explaining way in such a way say a lot of people in Ghana will understand me well because and yes sir, statistical service so you shoot big words. Since Ghana so say you shoot big word kakrabia. Now they bring of be brain is in conforma bion and some of them can in the but the first one we use the word big word multidimensional doesn't make more results and I said cannot, that means that nobody can challenge it. And I'm saying I challenge more results me say statistical services as someone can about Ashanti region is the poorest region in Ghana. First of all, what does it mean to say a region is the poorest in terms of what? They are poorest in terms of what? In terms of education, in terms of monetary, in terms of infrastructural development, in terms of what? Poorest in terms of cultural development. What is it? Agriculture. What exactly constitute that poorest region in Ghana? Natural resources or what? It is an person throw words into us. Na Ghana for nkofo bebre started commenting on so yan kan chem Asante for omo ye huhu omo ni hui omo ye say enti omo make sa comment no the haters of Ashanti region already they don't see anything good about Ashantis. They don't see anything good coming from Ashanti region. And to be bia, yenya Ashanti, no bia, bullshit, ma. That's how these people are. Now they expose their ignorance and their hatred, deep-seated hatred they have for Ashanti region. But I can say, no matter how they spin it, no matter how they talk about Ashantis and Ashanti region. I mean, Masa, the Yakupon Eddie in the Percy or dinner scene, we are there in ye. That's a fact. Because she can't crop the richest in terms of natural resources, human capital, everything in the whole of Ghana. It's Ashanti region, that's a fact. And Tina, among for Nina Bebre Abegu Ashanti region, because she can't region what Ghana a year the most said comprising all kind of tribes near the day Ghana. Ashanti region. Ashanti region is cultural, multicultural, racial, ethnic enclave or region. Ethnic, you want Fanti, you want Yigbe, you want Kran, you want Obia Mosi, Fra, Obia Hausa, Fulani, Obia, or Ashanti region. And Ashanti for embrace you all. That's a fact. And the main point they said, this is what I'm trying to understand, because a lot of people misuse statistics. And the statistics, a lot of people don't know that statistics has a lot of limitations. Now, depending, it can be a tool for, a good analysis and whatever, but it can be easily manipulated and misused. And that is what statistics is. And, maybe person try and I'm explaining in such a way, say, my viewers, will have a very layman or lay person view of statistics and how it can be misused, or interpretation can give inconclusive results and that kind of stuff. And that is what I think happened in the Ghana Statistical Services approach. But when say Ghana there, a lot of people are so ignorant that we use focus CB and the ability to can say issue multidimensional poverty index. Multidimensional no crime will be ignorant, limited understanding of statistics. I almost got Ashanti for and I said any Ashanti region. They will run with it and start talking crap about, young countries Ashanti for me, but and I can say Ashanti region and it will man for be brave and all. And him for where exactly did the Ghana Statistical Services a conduct survey, and I say how did they I want to know their method. Method better, how did they use it? How did they go to Ashanti region and conduct survey or opinion poll, or how did they gather all the data and then analyze it? Now, person who say what kind of statistical tools besides multidimensional poverty, because it can be misleading and it cannot give you accurate. It cannot capture the accurate development and I say realities on the ground in Ashanti region. Did they use linear regression model, or another someone use multiple regression model, or what is it that? Because you cannot, if they use say linear regression, and I said linear regression model, maybe they may have one independent variable, but one independent variable cannot capture the whole realities. And I said what is going on in Ashanti region, in comparison with other regions. It's the person chance, say multidimensional poverty index now, so we use statistical service use. I challenge them, say, basically, at the basic level, multidimensional poverty index now, and measure the percentage of household, households in a country or in an area. So it's the percentage of household in an area that is deprived along at least more than one, dimensional indices, in terms of say monetary poverty. Education is one of the indices or metrics. and then or infrastructural services. So these three dimensions, and I say three metrics, can, maybe the reason, the index is multi-dimensional because it's more than one. It measures, and I make a mistake when we talk about multi-dimensional poverty index, it simply measures percentage of households in a country, in an area, that is deprived or that lacks at least three dimensions, more than one dimensions or one metrics in development, such as monetary, metrics of poverty, education, lack of education, and basic infrastructure services. So it's your infrastructural or infrastructure services. It can be roads, it can be bridges, some good roads, feeder roads, new good roads are connected, one area to another, so for free flow of, goods and services from one end to another, and how, the schools, with the level of schools, hospitals, anything that helps to develop, contribute to the economic development of an area, can be the, basic infrastructure development. Toilets, how, trash are, dispensed of or collected in an area and there's get rid of, and all kind of stuff, agricultural, development, all those can be, basic infrastructure services. Okay. So the sana person chintino, it is ana multidimensional poverty level. Nante which say statistical services so you use three dimensions, and that's three metrics. Say money, lack of money, in the hands of people, one factor. Two, education level, schools, what areas say many schools, papa bia no nema and koran school economy at and that's education level no you low. Illiteracy rate no you low. And until you use three metrics here, and that's three dimensions here. Along the line, within that multidimensional poverty level. Now me person say this is statistical services. Yeah. Approach, it's approach is misleading because if you're Ghana, Ashanti region, it's one of the richest region in terms of natural resources, human capital, and even roads and services. Ashanti region, is far ahead of many regions in Ghana. So I wonder why. I wonder how these people came up with these results and answered this conclusion. When they talk about Ashanti region being the poorest region in Ghana, what exactly constitutes that poorest? The word poorest, it can be interpreted from so many angles. It all depends on how somebody contextualize the word poverty. And I said, poorest. And to be based on somebody at Statistical Service can also come out and explain that when they talk about poorest, Ashanti region being the poorest, the word poorest, I'm trying to understand it. What exactly do they mean by poorest? What do they mean in terms of what? And they know say I don't know say so be crab and on transia and they just say cuckoo, you just cooked up any kind of crap and they put it out there because Ghana home is a Ghana dear. Who can't profit CB2 says what Jimmy Crana so a bonko be as soon my dear. And multidimensional obiate, Obeti Joy FM and only other according to Statistical Service. Masa, Uncle Fona, I challenge it. Me see, I've explained it. I've defined multi-dimensional poverty index, what it measures. And I can say it measures simply. Basically, it measures percentage of households. The number of, certain ratio of households in an area or in a country that is deprived of, certain, development, developmental dimensions or metrics, such as, money in people's hand, how lack of money in people's hand, education level or education and basic infrastructure services, to help capture the picture of poverty. And it says, three metrics, you issue, yeah. Now, can you say, if you look at money in people's hands, education, and basic infrastructure. Ashanti region lead a whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of region in Ghana. And plus, when we talk about Ashanti region is not made up of only Ashanti for. And the Kwasiafo din Kwasifo bia, sorry, te sade no, di Ashanti for ni Ashanti for attention, Ashanti for you say no ni ade masa. You don't even understand the basic tenets, the fundamentals of, or the basics of statistics. Because statistics, and Americans say, can be a tool for a good analysis, but at the same time, it has a lot of limitations and fallacies. It can be misused, it can be biased, it can give a whole bunch of errors. And that is what one of the basic, fallacies of statistics is error term. It can give you errors, errors. And that errors can lead to, bogus conclusions, just like what Statistical Service do. And so all that I'm saying, we say no. When command person, we say no. Ashanti region is not the poorest region in Ghana. But I just, all that I want to know is, Uncle Fonny say, Statistical Service use multidimensional poverty index and the measure, because that is exactly what multidimensional poverty index does. It measures the percentage of households in the country or area, deprived or that lacks, certain, dimensions, certain developmental dimensions such as money, how much money in people's hand, education, and basic infrastructure. And they use that to capture, to give an idea of or give a picture of the poverty they're talking about. Now, so we use our metrics, three metrics here: money, education, and basic. They don't even know what they're talking about. It is 100%, but statistics I saw the word poverty no nam and come social media no it tells a lot about them, education level and their limited understanding of statistics. Now, Statistical Service, I don't even have any respect for them. Not even this. Because statistics are only member about Ghana and they sit there and talk about some crap. Research, I don't know what kind of research, and I say method that statistical analytical method use say linear regression method, and I say approach, and I say use multiple regression, and I say what is it that they use to come to that conclusion? And the person be trying to say, because anytime the maker said, anytime you have an inadequate result based on that can, sometimes also, lead to, all these kind of, conflicting and ambiguous, results. And that is exactly what I'm challenging Statistical Services say. And some of them kind, when you true say Ashanti region, and the poorest region in Ghana, because you want to be you want for you going fancy for all kind of trap. And to one Statistical Service approach you almost survey suppose what I don't know their method they use. Beside the fact that I say use multidimensional, but how did they approach it? How did they go about it, conducting that survey and analysis? No, that's what I want to know. One more time, we're African Professor One. Subscribe, share with friends and family, and I'll talk to you another time. Have a great day. Bye.